Hello everyone, welcome back to the revival after the abject failure and embarrassment of the semi-finals of the World Club Championship, whatever the fuck it's called, I don't really care anymore. We are now playing in the third place playoff, or as I like to call it, the only match that will show that we're not the worst team in the bloody competition. We're playing against a team called Pleasurehorn. Yep, I'll let you make your own jokes up about that one. Let's just get straight into it, shall we? Get this one out of the way. You can see they've got a bunch of names there. They have someone by the name of Ravanelli. I don't know if they are related. Probably not. Henriks, he can have a day off. Wanfran come in for him. Hayden can have a day off. Zakaria can play instead of him. Timo Werner's definitely having a day off. We'll play Joelinton up front instead. Alan St. Maximan could do with a rest, so Paredes can come in on the right hand side, and Shelby can be replaced by Miguel Almiron on this occasion. So that's pretty much going to do it for our starting 11. As you can see, the only player not to make it is not going to be Mathieu, it's going to be Bodmer, because fuck that guy. I don't know why, I just can't be bothered to have him in the team at the moment. So there we go, that is the lineup for today's game. Hopefully they can acquit themselves better than we did in the last match. There we go. Hope everyone had a lovely weekend. If you're watching this as recorded on the day of upload, then we've just had a lovely weekend in terms of weather. I hope you all enjoyed it from your gardens, and you weren't silly enough to go out and about, unless you absolutely had to, of course. I understand in these times everyone needs to get out and get food in and things like that. I'm going to have to do that myself in a few days' time. But let's not go out any more than is absolutely necessary, eh? Anyway, that's as much as I'm going to say about the current situation. This won't age well in a couple of years' time, will it? So there's Hummels leading the team out at the... I think this is the stadium in Rio de Janeiro. I could be wrong, though. The two teams lining up. Pleasurehorn, they have a very interesting looking kit. It's almost like the Portuguese national team. Green socks, red shorts and red shirts. Newcastle, of course, playing in their now very familiar black and white stripes. The Fairs Cup tribute kit of all those years ago. This team, of course, slightly more successful than the team that kit is trying to emulate. And we're going to skip ahead now to kick off, and here we go. So with Joelinton playing up front, and straight away we give away possession of the ball. With Joelinton playing up front, we are of course going to have to play with his strengths in mind. So, oh dear. So we're going to have to play things a little bit more static as far as the centre forward is concerned. Use the movement of the wide men around him where possible. Oh my word. Well, that wasn't the player that I expected to shoot, but there we go. Wanfran with a wild left-footed effort, out for a goal kick and Pleasurehorn restart. So we're going to try and get it wide, I think, is the game plan. Unless he makes an intelligent run through the middle like that, but unfortunately the pass can't find him. Maybe he should have tried lobbing it over the top. The player just stops running there when he could have easily intercepted it if he'd carried on going. Here's Paredes. He's got to turn the speed if he needs it, but it doesn't look like he's going to. Instead, Wanfran crosses it in. Spectacular effort from Junior, but it goes wide of the post. At least he tried. I do like the fluidity of this front three. Junior, who's playing as a left wing forward, actually coming to the near post on the right hand side to meet that ball. I'd be lying if I said that I was hoping that Junior would be the one to get onto it. I was instead hoping that the big Brazilian Joelinton would be the one to meet it with his head. But on this occasion, it was Junior that had the better movement and read the play. So you just have to do what you can with what you got, haven't you? Okay, ball played down this side of the pitch. No problem though for Aya, who's able to pick it up, play it back to Angus Gunn. Oh my word, what was that? That was absolutely suicidal passing. That wasn't at all the player that I was trying to pass it to. You can quite clearly see the player I was trying to pass it to. He made the interception. It was Dennis Zakaria. But, oh my goodness me, again, something very strange going on with the controls in this game. And, you know, a couple of games ago I was singing the praises, well, not singing the praises necessarily, but I was saying how I have felt that I had adapted to this particular version of the game now. Hello, there's a chance here for Joel Linton. And he's put it wide. And then this shit comes up. I was expecting the goalkeeper to come out to meet him. That's why I didn't sprint on. Not that the pace of Joel Linton would have allowed for much sprinting. But that is a golden opportunity wasted. We're probably going to look back on that later with some regret. Oh my God. What is going on with these players? They're not moving correctly. There's no intelligence in their movement, apart from Junior earlier, that I did exclaim earlier. What the hell? Massively offside. Fair enough. Ball knocked long forward. And again, what is going on? I haven't got a problem with players intercepting chances. I really haven't. But it's got to be earned. Good save from the goalkeeper. Possibly I could have passed it into the centre. Just played one more pass to open up the angles. You can see, I think that's Almiron in the middle, although he was covered by the number 7. So maybe there wasn't an opportunity to get that pass in. Right, Willems is going to whip this in. Lejeune on the break. This could be dangerous. Dealt with fairly well by Newcastle. They bring it forward, looking for that killer pass if they can find it. There's one in for Vinicius Junior, but it's dealt with very easily by the defender. They play it back, and now they'll probably look to clear it. No, they don't. They actually pass it into midfield. A very nice move. Nicely spotted. Almiron just not doing his tracking back at all here. Juanfran and Hummels trying their best to defend this flank, but it's not happening for them. Zakaria ends up doing the job. And now Nkunku galloping forward like a thoroughbred racehorse. Joel Linton. Oh, it's a great finish by Joel Linton. Absolutely astonishing. Not a hint of R2 there whatsoever. He placed it across the goalkeeper with great venom in his shot. And for all the talk of having to set it up for him, it ends up being a through ball, perfectly weighted through ball by the galloping Nkunku. Perfectly weighted, and all Joel Linton had to do was hit it. That's probably giving him less credit than he deserves. It was an excellent finish across the goalkeeper. 1-0 to Newcastle. And the mood has lifted in the stadium. The Newcastle fans a bit more relaxed now with a goal to their name. Finally, they're able to score in this tournament. But things still far from perfect. And that's a loose header. Can't complain about it though. It felt like one of those headers that could go loose occasionally. Oh dear, they're through. And that is an absolute shocker of a miss. John Toshak, hold your head in shame. He should at least get that on target. He'll be crying into his beer over that one tonight for sure. Angus Gunn plays it wide out to the right to Juan Fran. He's looking for a pass, can't find it, but he does get the... No, okay, hang on. How is that not a throw into Newcastle? That's very, very strange if you ask me. Very strange indeed. Just need to get a little bit of control back here. Just calm it down. Oh my God, that first touch is horrendous. That is not a first touch that I would have ever seen before this bloody update. I keep going on about it, but I can't help it. They really have nerfed the game. Ball shepherded out for a goal kick. Newcastle looking at their options. It's going to be played out wide right to Juan Fran again by the looks of it. Bounces just in front of him and he collects it. Plays back in field. Here's Hummels. He looks up, plays it across to Ayer, who's split out to the left-hand side, plays it up to Willems. And at half-time, the whistle goes 1-0 to Newcastle, thanks to that stunning finish from Joel Linton. But this scoreline is in no way, shape or form secure. And it owes a lot to the fact that the Pleasure Horn players have been absolutely awful with their finishing. Much better defending needed from Newcastle in the second half if they're going to keep this lead secure. And Pleasure Horns start by pinging it around fairly confidently in this second half. One goal behind. They're looking to get back into this game as soon as possible. What on earth? Oh, for goodness sake. If you're not going to let me select a player, just don't let me select the player. Don't give me control of him 5 seconds after I hit the button to change cursors. For goodness sake. They do indeed play it short. That's a good pass. That's a very good pass. It's a good goal. The defenders absolutely shocking. They weren't picking their man up. And Diaz has got Pleasure Horn back into this. I'm not happy with that. Not happy with that at all. He's got so much room on the edge of the area. And the ball played through a field of players. It doesn't get a single touch on any of them. And it beats the goalkeeper, all ends up into the bottom hand corner. And it's 1-1 here, and I was saying that we'd have to defend much better to keep the scoreline where it was in the second half. And indeed, it looks as though I was correct. Ball played out, and Kunku picks it up. He's going to throw it back in to get the play going again. Here's Willems on the left-hand side. Good cross into the box. Good movement from Almiron. Couldn't find the cross he was looking for. Now Pleasure Horn. Long ball forward. I think he's onside here, Joel Linton. Oh, that's beautiful from the Brazilian. Absolutely superb. Cool, calm, collected finish. Left-footed, rolls it past the goalkeeper. And it clips the inside of the post as it goes into the back of the net. Absolutely superb. And that pass, well, what can you say about that pass other than magnificent? As a famous Scots commentator once used to say, "Tick a boo, son." 2-1 to Newcastle, but the defensive errors still look just as likely as ever to cost them. Oh, Joel Linton's onto that straight away like a whippet. Plays it across. What on earth is that pass, Joel Linton? Come on, boy. You've got to do better than that, son. Raking ball forward. Taken care of by Aya. No trouble whatsoever. But intercepted far too easily by the Pleasure Horn midfield. Nice idea, just the execution a little bit lacking. And Nkunku, centre of the pitch. Here's Willems now. He's got 2 men for company. He beats both of them though. Into the box. Unfortunate. Crossed in. Goalkeeper beats it away. I think offside has been given against Joel Linton. Yeah, he was miles offside. Although he never got a touch on the ball, so I'm a little bit confused as to why the offside was called. Don't particularly think that he was putting the goalkeeper off. And he did get a good clearance on that ball. But there we go. Oh, come on. I wasn't even controlling that player when the foul was given. At least try to look like you're not trying to give yourself a bloody advantage, AI. Good tackle. Oh, and he's away here, Paredes. I do believe he's onside. Good save from the goalkeeper. It's the wrong angle to try anything else, and being a naturally right-footed player, he was always going to find it difficult. Good power on the left foot though. Willems with the corner, opposite flank to the last one. Plays it in. Oh, that's good. The finish, not so much. It was a good spot from the midfielder. Played it through. First touch, no worries whatsoever. Perfectly weighted. The finish left a lot to be desired. We'll have a quick look and see what's going on here. And we're definitely going to have to make a change. Mathieu on for Willems, who's had a very good game but is severely lacking in stamina at this stage of the proceedings. And Juan Fran's going to come off for Dani Alves. There's 1 substitution remaining. We're going to keep it in hand for the time being. Oh, it's beautiful. What a passing move from Newcastle United. It's Joel Linton's hat-trick. A sterling performance from the big Brazilian, who at times this season has looked like he's never going to get a chance off the bench. And he comes into the team for this 3rd place playoff and he again shows his worth. Junior with the setup once more. A real sense of telepathy between these 2 players. And it's 3-1 to Newcastle, and at this stage I think we might as well make that last change. I'm just wondering what change I want to make. Xavi's got plenty of get up and go. Let's bring him on for Nkunku. Just because. There's a very good chance the ball won't even go out of play between now and the end of the match. Again, that's... Something I've noticed is that when you play a header in midfield, especially from a goalkeeper's clearance, it won't automatically select the correct guy. Hit it! Oh, good goal! Good save, goalkeeper. Very well played. Oh, come on! You need better control than that. Mathieu. Oh, that's nice from Mathieu. Right-footed as well. Header, and it's in. And it's another goal for Joel Hinton. He's filled his boots today, the lad. But it owes so much to the setup from Mathieu. Look at this drag back from the big centre-back playing as a fill-in left-back. And a cross on his right foot, his unfavoured right foot. Unbelievable techers. Joel Hinton, it wouldn't be a Joel Hinton performance without his trademark headed goal. And he's got another one. Well played. And on that, Xavi comes on for Christophe Nkunku, a player who has played his heart out today and was responsible for the first goal with an absolutely magnificent weighted pass. And that's one thing about Jeremy Mathieu. He might not be a natural going forwards where it comes to playing at left back, but good Lord Almighty, he can win a ball. You're going to have to be playing very well to get past him on the wing. Oh, that was nice. Couldn't quite get the weight on it. He's onside. Oh. Go on. Oh, so close to a fifth. Newcastle recycling the ball very well here. Shifting it out to the left, getting that cross in. And we talked earlier about Junior and his ability on the ball in the air. And the fact that he's quite surprisingly good, actually, as an aerial threat. Lovely. Lovely. Ah, unlucky. And that'll do 4 goals for Joel Hinton. A standout performance for the Brazilian centre-forward. No doubt he'll only get an 8 or an 8.5 in the ratings, despite the fact that this has literally been the Joel Hinton show. From Brazil, thank you very much for listening. Take care. Bye-bye. Well, a pleasing performance in the third place playoff. We somewhat did ourselves proud in that game. I'm just really annoyed at the way that things ended in that semi-final match. But there we go, never mind. And in the final, it was indeed Haiphong Athletic that ended up walking away as world champions. So I guess we can at least take something out of this entire experience, which is that we lost to the world champions. Anyway, now we get back down to the nitty-gritty of the Premier League, the meat and potatoes, the bread and butter, if you will, of our league season. And we have an update on some negotiations, and it is... Okay, so we have, I believe, secured the services of Ballo Torre if we want them. That is great, great news. Look at his stats here now. I've kind of kept this under my hat a little bit, but you can see here he is a very speedy left back. He's pretty decent defensively. He has incredible stamina, and that is something that I absolutely need out of my fullbacks. Also, his ball control is pretty decent. He's very, very good dribbling, and his passing is decent. It is decent, to say the least. He's a good ball winner as well. So really, he's the all-round fullback. So that is a deal which I think we're going to probably go ahead and confirm. but not during this episode, because I did have a recommendation for another left back that I want to have a look at, and I'm going to have a look at him, and then we will get back to this particular pie that we have a thumb stuck in or a finger stuck into on the next episode. But until that next episode, all that it leaves me oh my god, I'm tongue tied today, everyone. All that it leaves me to say is thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.